Okay guys, how's it going and welcome back. Everything you need to know about the Kramer Focus VT211S. Alright, so starting from the top of the list, we're going to go over the specs. We have 2 tone controls, 1 master volume, which is here. We have a 5-way selector switch, so position 1 is the humbucker, 2 is humbucker and middle, 3 is middle, 4 is middle and neck, and 5 is the neck. Now we do have a satin finished maple fretboard with a maple neck. So neck and fretboard are maple, and they do have a satin finish. So there actually is a finish on these. Some people have been wondering because it looks like there's nothing. Anyways, it is a slim neck as well, so easy to get your hands around. We have a mahogany body, so very light. You know, it's so sad when they put paint on really beautiful woods. It's just, it disgusts me. Anyways, we have a Strat style tremolo system with a Strat style nut, of course, up here. Okay, now it's of course one of those cheaper Strat style nuts, so it's not all rounded and sexy and smooth and perfected, but hey, what do you want for $200? Everybody wants the world. This is like a $140 or $150 guitar in the States, but in Canada it's $209. Okay? Our dollars are different. We have the lousiest, cheapest, pathetic, disgusting, wonky tuners that money can buy on the headstock, so don't expect tuning stability out of this. Also, some of the tuners will get so tight it'll feel like it's going to snap in your hand, or maybe your string is too tight, when it really isn't, because the tuner is just a piece of junk. Okay, you have 21 medium type frets on this thing. The color choices on this are ruby red, purple, pewter gray, and of course mine is teal. Now, as far as colors go, their purple looks more like a royal blue. The teal, I don't know what to call it, but it's nice. Whatever it is, it's nice. It's the whole reality behind things, I guess. But anyways, but they are nice colors. You can also get this as a kit, by the way, for about $369 in Canada. You get the guitar, you get an amp with it, you get a tuner. I think you get a capo. I can't remember off the top of my hand. But anyways, I am on the website, so I can actually tell you exactly what you get. You get the amplifier with a power supply for it, a very cheap amp cord. You get a strap tuner and some picks. And of course you do get a gig bag case for it to carry it to your lessons. Okay, here's the deal. These pickups are also Alnico 5 pickups, which are generally a really good pickup. But these are unpotted pickups, so their microphonic is a term that a lot of us use. Basically, you can turn the thing up, go up to it and go, hello, hello, and you can hear yourself through the amp. With potted pickups, that never happens. Properly potted pickups, or wax-dipped pickups, if they're done with at least 3 coatings, you could yell to the end of the earth and you're not going to hear yourself through the amp. And you're not going to get feedback very easily either, even when you're closer at louder volumes. With this thing, with lower volumes, when you start adding on like distortion or distortion overdrive mix or certain types of overdrive or other types of distortion, they will feedback so easily at lower volumes. It's very, very bad. Okay, now these are also a pig and a poke when you get them too. Some of them have fret sprouts, some don't. My guitar has no fret sprout. It does have a couple little edges here and there on the top corners, but as far as outward sprout, where we would call it sprout, there's absolutely no sprout on this. So the neck is generally very smooth, very playable. It's not going to bug you, okay? Even with these little top edges a little bit, they don't bother me any. So, and I'm not cutting my fingers, so that's actually really good. I'm not hurting myself. Where I have seen YouTubers reviewing this guitar and they got bad sprout, and yeah, Razor Blade City, man, you don't give that to a kid or any beginner. Now, I have also done a review on this as well as a, well, half-witted demo, because I'm not that great of a right-handed player. I'm a lefty, and I'm an advanced player, but I am still at the beginner stages as a right-handed player. But I am getting better the more I spend on this thing. Now, I do have other right-handed guitars that are far better quality, so I play them. I don't even play this. To be honest, I don't. I bought this as a project, so I'm just waiting for the money, and I'm going to change the tuners over to higher-end tuners. Which means I'm going to have to bore my headstock holes out to 10 millimeter to use modern day good tuners. I am either going to pot these pickups, or I'm going to just replace them completely with potted pickups. I'm going to check some of my favorite haunts on the internet for pickups, mainly wish.com, Banggood. I bought pickups from them before that were Alnico 5s that were really nice pickups. And I'm thinking I might go Alnico 5 in the bridge position, and I'll probably go with maybe, I don't know, something different for the middle of the neck. I'm not sure yet. But I am gonna throw a few bucks at this thing. It does come with metal knobs. The knobs run really smooth. There's like, you know, decent amount of tension in the turning. So, you know, they appear to be, without taking this apart yet, they appear to be pretty decent pots in this thing. The switch feels really good. It's got good stiffness to it. I've heard other people complain about it, and it's like, why are you complaining about the switch? I mean, unless you got a bad switch. Mine's fantastic. I mean, I love that kind of resistance. That's what we need. We don't want a switch that runs loose. Now, the other thing, you know, not many people have done on YouTube is finding out for us all what kind of pickups are in here, as far as whether they're hot or cold pickups. So I thought maybe we could cover that today while we're at it. Anyways, and like I said, don't buy this guitar for a beginner. These guitars, in my opinion and many other opinions, these are guitars made for guys that are intermediate and advanced players that want a project guitar to take something really cheap and make it extremely playable, really good tuning, basically turn a low-end machine into high-end, because they did a beautiful job on the neck and the fretboard and the fretwork on this thing. They did a beautiful paint job. I mean, overall fit and finish, this thing is amazing for the money, but they really lacked out on pickups and tuners for sure. And the Strat Tremolo, don't even think about using it without a proper setup, because there's so much tension on there that you will bend or snap your whammy bar. That is not a good idea. I do want to remove the whammy bar though, because I want to show you these pathetic tuners, but also show you the difference between die-cast tuners and these ones, because the advertisements on a lot of websites actually say that those are die-cast tuners, and they're not. So, but anyway, then there are cheap die-cast tuners that suck too. So if you're going to replace the tuners with die-cast tuners, spend about 40 bucks on a set of Wilkinsons, because that's actually what I'm putting on to my Kramer Beretta Special, and I'll probably be taking those tuners off it because they are good, and I'll throw them on this thing, you know. Or I may just get Wilkinsons for both guitars. You never know. Depends on how far I want to take things. But anyways, so starting with the humbucker. So bridge position, we have a 9K pickup. Okay. Now I'm rounding the numbers because numbers are generally rounded anyways, but we also have a resistance field from here to here, and in the pots there's a certain amount of resistance that's going to take place. Generally you would test pickups direct right off their own wires to get the nearest possible number, but this is close enough to say yes, this is a 9K pickup. So it's a, I would call it like a mid-level kind of hotness. It's call it lukewarm, basically, almost. Not that it's warm sounding, but it's kind of a lukish warm kind of rating. Humbuckers, I would usually use like a 15K humbucker, okay? Now, humbucker to middle pickup, we're at 4.25K. Middle only position, we're at 766K. Middle and neck, we are at 3.75, and of course at the neck itself we are at 7. So neck pickup, is reasonably hot for a single coil. Middle coil is about the same, so 768 versus 710. So we're actually a little hotter here than we are at the neck position. And of course, we're a little hotter yet just as a straight humbucker. So just working off the bridge to the middle to the neck. These are about a neck. These are about a mid-level type of hotness, basically. Okay, or like I said, more like a lukewarm hotness. At least compared to some of the pickups I usually run. Anyhow, so the other thing, of course, we want to show you is how pathetic these these tuners really are. Now, this guitar is a 2021 model too, by the way. To date a Kramer guitar, at least newer guitars for sure, because Gibson has changed their dating system to be more like Epiphones. The first two numbers are actually your model year. Okay, so this one is a 2021. Anyhow, so these are the cheap junky tuners. These are garbage tuners. Even to give you a side view, you have no adjustability whatsoever. Okay, so you can't adjust any tensions there. And some of these are really super tight, especially the high E. That one can get so tight it's like, is it gonna snap kind of thing. And I'm not the only one who's complained about these tuners either. Everybody pretty much has, except for I believe about 3 people. And one of them was a younger guy who was actually doing a review for Best Buy and seems to think that this thing is the greatest thing on earth and he would highly recommend it. And he's got 2 of them. And it's like, why would they send him 2? Unless he bought one and they sent him one, but otherwise it appears they sent him different colors. So on the one machine he played clean tones, on the other one he played dirty. And he thinks these things are the greatest thing on earth. And it's like, okay. The kid can play, I'll give him that. But knowledge base is not there, sorry. You know? Considering the rest of us players on the internet are like, this is not that great of a guitar. So these are what called die-cast tuners. These are real tuners, and they have adjuster screws too, so you can adjust the tension. Now you don't want to tighten these too much. You just want to have them, you know, snug. But these are tuners where, you know, they're sealed tuners, and they're permanently lubed tuners, and they're better quality tuners. You can buy a set of tuners like this for $15-20 bucks on the internet, you know, for this same kind of class, right? I'm actually going to order Wilkinson tuners that are going to be like $41 Canadian. And Wilkinsons are really good. And the Beretta Special, again, mine is also a 2021 as well, and mine is Beretta Special is made in Indonesia. The V211 is made in China. Now, to be quite honest, if you have a little rocker in the house and he wants to play rock or she wants to play rock, and you want something that's going to be affordable, stays in tune really well, mild setup, you're going to have to set up the whammy system if they're going to use the whammy down the road. Otherwise, don't worry about it right away. Just leave the whammy bar off. Or let it dangle, whatever. This is a really good guitar, and currently right now in Canada at Long McQuaid we have Gibson month, and this is on sale for $249, and the regular price on this one here, just so that you know, is $279, but you can get it right now during Gibson month. Either buy it outright cash or put it on a Gibson contract for up to 3 years. Like, it costs like $8 a month or something, or $10 a month. It's ridiculous. But for $249, that's a really great price for the Beretta Special. And you do have some color choices in that as well. This is what they call the candy blue. And oh, is it ever beautiful. And I already changed my knob to a metal knob. So Kramer went all out on the Beretta, and with a really awesome humbucker too. Although they don't tell us what humbucker it is. We have to take that apart to find out, but see if it's marked. But these pickups, being unpotted, Alnico 5 pickups are generally really good pickups, but when they're not potted, any pickup, they're horrible. And they'll squeal and scream at you, and they're very microphonic, as we call them. And you know, you can literally talk through them, which is really bad. So I've done a full review on this and a little bit of a, I guess you call it a half-witted demo, because I'm an advanced player, but I'm a lefty player. I'm not a righty per se. I've been dabbling in right-handed guitar off and on for decades now, and I'm taking a more serious interest in it in the last little bit, obviously, because I have, what, 1, 2, 3, I got four right-handed guitars and a right-handed bass. But I bought this as a project, you know. So this is simply a project guitar. I wanted to, you know, take something like this. It's a hot rodded Strat, basically, and I wanted to turn it from basically a dirt bag into a beautiful playing and sounding guitar. I think that's a kind of a nice project to have. So I don't recommend these for beginners. You will make every beginner on the planet quit if you buy them this. So do not buy this for a beginner player. Buy it for an intermediate or pro player, because we are the guys who definitely want to have projects from time to time, and buying something really cheap, spending a few bucks on it, turning it into a beautiful guitar makes a really great gigging guitar at that point once it's all done. And being so lightweight is so nice too. Some of us really love our lightweight guitars. I like light or heavy, doesn't matter. You know, I've got enough Les Pauls in the house that, yeah, they're heavy. You know, but I love my Les Pauls too. Anyhow, so that's what I got for you guys. That's everything that you could possibly need to know on this. I don't think we missed anything other than the strap pins. Well, they're strap pins. They work, they're functional. We've got a great input jack, like I said. You know, these are feeling good. I haven't pulled the cover on this to see, but that's coming once I figure things out. I also got to figure out why this pickup is tilting so much. I'm not sure if it's the screws that are bent or the bracketing that's bent, but I got to find a way to straighten that out so it sits even, otherwise I'll never sit that thing up. But I might try wax potting these things first and seeing, you know, how much. I know they're going to be better once they're wax potted, but the tonal characteristics are going to change too. But I may just replace them anyways and maybe wax pot them and put them in something else. But they're definitely getting potted one way or another, because I wouldn't even sell those to anybody without them being potted, because otherwise it's just annoyance to the head, you know. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. So let me know what you think. And hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.